My grandfather is a cheater and a hypocrite. So I told him off at the family dinner.
Throw some potato salad at that one.
Start some tea. Start some drama.
Get some tea ready. Throw it at him.
Hi, I have a bit of a situation that includes some family drama and would like some comments on the situation. Also, this history includes some unhinged people, cheating, screaming, and years worth of lies. So I, 24 female, recently got into a bit of a fight with my grandpa, 67 male. For context, grandpa cheated on grandma during the time I was born. Then one day, he just packed some of his things, told grandma it was over because he fell in love with his affair partner, 59 female, and left her, the house, and their 4 kids. By the way, this comes from Cactus in the Making on the OK Storytime subreddit. So he came back a few months later, sad and penniless.
That's what you get, old man.
Karma. A fair partner left him because he ran out of money. Grandma let him back in, and not even 6 months later, he cheated with a fair partner again, this time for good. This
Grandma,
man
why?
Is the worst.
Grandma,
Or cloud.
Or cloud for the old man. Bye, old man.
I was 1 year old at the time, so obviously this comes from what family told me, but basically there was a lot of drama and grandma ended up depressed. No money, no house. The landlord was a friend of grandpa and kicked her out.
I hate this story.
That sucks. That is really so messed up. With 3 kids that were barely adults and a minor. The family ended up divided, with 2 of the kids leaving my grandma alone because of her depression and my mom and aunt staying with her. So on to the recent events. Grandpa hasn't been very involved in my life because I naturally don't like a fair partner. My reasons do include the cheating part, but I didn't like her even before I knew all the things that went down. So it's a factor, not the whole reason. I rarely see him, and after almost 6 years of putting the effort to keep my relationship with him, I gave up because it actually hurt me. Yes, I did talk about this with my therapist, and I'm currently doing okay. 2 weeks ago, he invited my family, mom, dad, sis, bro, myself, over for dinner. And over meal, the topic of morals comes up.
This must go well. This is about
Grandpa's
to go
probably
so
got
well.
lots to say about morals.
He's like, I got good morals.
He's like, I'm a terrific guy.
I know everything about morals.
Grandpa starts bad-mouthing my aunt's ex, saying he's a deadbeat. He's not, and whatnot. Eventually, he says that the guy has no morals or concepts of family. And I snapped. Look, I don't even know why, but I unloaded everything. I told him someone who cheated and abandoned his wife, not once, but twice, shouldn't be talking about morals or family.
Let's go, OP.
Yes, that he was the deadbeat who left his wife and kids to fend for themselves and now has the audacity to criticize a man that actually cares about his daughter. A fair partner said something about how I was acting crazy again.
Oh, no, doy. It's the affair partner.
Oh, freaking affair partner. She thinks I'm mentally unstable because I have anxiety and depression, even though I haven't needed any medication for over a year, and I'm doing pretty well, thank you very much.
Let's go, OP.
Also, I mean, who cares what she thinks? She's a freaking affair. Like, she got with a married man.
And she used him for his money.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, I used you for you.
I don't think you have to feel, too bad, whatever she says.
Yeah.
I went off on her about how she should never talk about being crazy after threatening a female coworker of my grandfather's with a hammer because they spent time together at work. Yes, this happened. Opie's like not holding anything back, and I love it.
Let it all out.
Grandpa chimed in saying she was just worried, as she is for anybody who has a mental health problem. So at this point, I screamed at him that none of them cared when it was my grandmother and the depression and mental breakdown they caused.
I was literally about to bring that up.
Yeah,
like,
they don't care.
You're an advocate for mental health?
Yeah.
You caused it to one of the most important people in everyone's lives right now.
Literally. And the only reason that they're bringing up, oh, we just care, is because OP's calling them out. I stormed off and the next day went to grandma's. She said it was fine if I exploded, that I'd been holding things for the sake of family peace, and it wasn't good for me. Not mentally nor emotionally. Dad says grandpa brought this upon himself. Mom is furious and said it wasn't my place to talk like that to her dad or to bring up past events. Bro is super young, so he didn't care, and sis is very much on my side with, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Yeah, I think, is it petty? Sure. Justified? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Grandpa reached out today to give some half-buddied apology and asked for one. I blatantly told him I have nothing to be sorry about, and he should keep his mouth shut about certain topics. Mom is now giving me the silent treatment, and dad told me I went too far, but understands. I think also the dad's probably like, yeah, you went too far. I totally get that.
What was that?
Well, no, because he's like, okay, I can't wink well, but he's like, I think he's
do a wink again. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
But
yeah.
I think he's trying to, smooth things out with OP's mom and try and not get on her bad side.
He 100%
like,
agrees with OP.
That's what I feel like.
Like, your grandpa
He's
sucks.
like, your grandpa freaking sucks. The rest of the family is divided, and my uncle actually came to my house to discuss my lack of respect.
I think this is one of the uncles that ditched grandma for dad because grandma was in a depressive state, and uncle was like, I don't like this.
So am I the a-hole for unloading like that and not apologizing? I think that you were holding in a lot of stuff and your grandpa was running his mouth. Again, it's never the best idea to unload in front of a big group of people when you could have a conversation one-on-one. But I don't think that you're necessarily, I think you're justified in your a-holishness.
Justified.
Or pettiness.
And again, I feel like this story, it's just a icky story that maybe you've seen your grandma's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's not okay.
You were standing up for your grandma.
Yeah. And your mom and your aunt who sided with your grandma.
Which is weird. Edit to add, thanks for responding. First of all, I have to clarify that mom does have a problem when it comes to the males in her family. She will justify anything they do, and it's terrible. Which is probably because she has her father who's, acted terribly her whole childhood and gotten away with it.
Not to mention it again, but I think it stems from her mom who got cheated on, and she was like,
let him back in.
Yeah.
She was actually getting better with therapy, but due to money issues, we can't afford it anymore. So there's that. I also want to explain the extent to this problem, and I'll do it with one single example. Grandpa is unapologetic about the cheating. He even denies it and has made up a whole story about him and how he and the affair partner met on the street, even if we all know the truth. And mom, instead of telling me the truth, chose to keep this from me until I was around 10 years old and was angry that grandma wouldn't come to my birthday. I don't know what happened. Mom made it seem like they broke up and grandma went absolutely nuts for no reason. I asked mom to sleep over at grandma's, something that I still do to this day. And I asked her why she wouldn't come to my birthdays or any celebration. That's when she told me the story. And I was furious with everyone except her. From then on, all of my cousins and siblings know the truth. It either comes from their parents or myself because I'm sick and tired of grandpa getting away with this. But you won't get away with not joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube. You just have to tap our profile.
Just tap it and we won't leave you.
And there is another edit to add information. But do you have any final thoughts to the story?
It seems like this is just a huge thing that stems with this entire family.
Just a lot of family secrets, and they're trying to reckon with them. And I think half of the grandpa's kids are like, oh, well, we have to respect our elders and we have to respect our dad, even though he's shown disrespect to everyone in the family time and time again.
It's just very gross, and I feel like maybe mom might be a little upset at OP because grandpa hasn't been called out.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anyone call out grandpa just yet, or anyone stand up.
I think it's also somewhat generational. I think that, OP is probably like, you know what, I'm going to call people out if they're acting badly, and the OP's parents and uncles and aunts and stuff are like, well, he's our dad, so, it doesn't matter if he did something bad.
What's in the past is the past.
Yeah.
No, he did. Someone called out grandpa for his crappy behavior in the past and his scummy behavior.
Yeah. Another edit to add. Yes, a fair partner left him when he ran out of money. She started going out with 3 different guys that I know of and convinced them to pay for rent, car insurance, health insurance, clothes, and several things from her family. Grandpa only came back when he landed a big job. He rented a place without anyone knowing, then called her and had her move in. He left grandma and his kids, moved into the apartment with a fair partner, and she had to cut contact with the other guys. 6 years later, grandpa found out she was sort of dating someone else. So she was freaking cheating. Karma, man. While he was working this well-paying job. She begged for him to stay with her and gave him her phone so he could be sure she wasn't doing anything. From then on, she's been nothing short of a housewife, except for the fact that they're not married because grandpa never signed the papers grandma sent. And after a certain time, grandma just didn't care enough.
I feel bad.
I feel so bad for this grandma. But that is the end of that story.
That's the end of it?
Oh, man, yeah. Man. Unfortunately, that is the end.
That's an icky taste in my mouth.
I am glad that OP called out this grandpa because he freaking sucks. He's the worst.